Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Travis back again here with another model kit review. This time we are taking a look at the, I don't know if it's Miss General or MS General 1/10th scale 7 Deadly Sin series SIN-01 Gluttony model kit. Now, this kit came out like 2 years ago and I got it delivered a while back. It has been sitting in my closet for a very long time, mainly because the first part is that they have you put her together. For one, I don't know what I'm saying. I dropped the wrist peg. So the wrist peg comes in two pieces. You put them together. If you've ever done the model kit, it's a typical wrist peg for figures like this, like human style figures. It's a typical wrist peg, comes in two pieces. One piece goes in the arm, the other piece goes in the hand. Well, I dropped half of it and it fell all the way behind my stove. And at that point, I wasn't going behind my stove to get it. And I just quit. I just stopped putting it together. I had gotten she was completely built. All I needed to do was put a hand on her. And I didn't, at the time, I didn't have any more model kit wrist pegs to swap it out with. And so I was basically pissed. I didn't want to build a kit that didn't have a hand, or that was missing a hand, even though I could have. And I just didn't. I don't know. I was being stubborn. And I just packed the whole kit up and threw it back in the box and put it in my closet, never to be seen again, I thought. But recently I put together a different model kit and the same damn thing happened, except it happened with a faceplate of a different model kit that I'll review at another time. You'll see it. And at that point, I was like, fuck it. I am not going to stop a whole nother model kit because of a piece missing. So I moved my stove out the way and I went behind the stove and I got the faceplate and I found her wrist peg. And it's so weird to wear it. It's a long explanation, but the whole damn thing bounced so far. It just makes no sense to me that these little bitty pieces conveniently find the smallest hole to go into and then manages to travel way further than you would think a little tiny piece would travel. But I ended up finding the wrist peg. I finished the other model kit and then I started working on this one. And boy, am I glad I did, because I freaking love this model kit. It is so freaking cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. As you can see, you do have to put two figures together and another accessory that I'll show you later. But I had such a joy putting this together. It was so easy to put together. I really didn't have any hiccups. The directions were pretty solid directions. Like even the wiring for a different accessory was pretty straight to the point. Like I really didn't have any issues following the instructions. Love this kit. It's just so good. So anyway, let's go ahead and start. We'll move this guy to the side and we'll go over him a little bit later. But let's talk about the first figure that you have to put together. Now, they don't give her any type of name or anything, but I am going to call her Menace because, well, they call her Gluttony. I guess they're calling her Gluttony as one of the 7 deadly sins, so I guess you can call her Gluttony. But she heavily favors Menace from Queen's Blade. I think this is somewhat inspired by that character because she definitely gives me that kind of vibe. She has some gold paint on her butt cheeks. So I'll tell you about the gold paint being on her butt cheeks. That Anubis mech that I just pulled off to the side, I painted that. I spray painted that gold. It was already gold, but I wanted it to be a more gold type of color, or more like a yellow gold type of color. So I spray painted the entire armor bits on it. You'll see it later. We can talk about it later, but that's the reason why she probably has some gold paint on her butt cheeks, because one of the accessories that she has also has gold painted on it. And you can see my nails are kind of crusty from cleaning the gold off of her butt. But anyway, yeah, this one looks really, really good. So let's get a close up of what she looks like. Now, she does come with this face out of the box. She comes with a couple of other faces too. I'll show those later in the accessory portion. But you can see her Egyptian style kind of crown on her head with the cobra snake. The eyes are printed really nicely. Same way with the Ankh on her collar there. She is quite busty. And I didn't panel line anything. As you can see, I didn't put any stickers on her yet. And she does come with some, what are they called? The wet, the ones you got to get wet. I've said it before. For some reason, I'm blanking on the name of those types of stickers, but she does come with those stickers. But you can see it is quite the orangey kind of gold. It's not coming off on camera as much. Actually, no, I think it is. It's more of an orangey gold than a yellow gold. But you can see some of the, you know, the little spots where I had to clip off clip the pieces off the sprues and stuff. It's not horrible, but I definitely probably could have did a better job cleaning that up. But then again, I think they did paint this plastic, this gold plastic. I think it's painted, and you have to imagine clipping that off. Obviously, it's gonna leave some white spots because they painted it. Same here. Not great. Didn't do a great job of cleaning that up. It is what it is. But yeah, she looks really, really good. The hair looks really good. It connects really nicely. Same thing with the armor bits. I love the blue transparent plastic that they have throughout the armor bits for her. You can see it on the side here too as well. Nice cheeks. Double jointed knees there. Some more of that transparent blue. And you can see her feet. They are nicely sculpted along with her boots. I guess you can say, yeah, I guess these are kind of like high heel boots or shoes, I guess. But yeah, she looks really, really cool. So that is Gluttony. And then we have Anubis, the Anubis mech that you also have to assemble. Now this thing is nuts. Now I have some of his accessories attached to him. We'll go over these later, but he does have accessory storage on him. But yeah, this guy looks really, really cool. Really, really cool. You got the transparent plastic here for him as well, here on the shoulder pads. You got some here on the forearms, on the knees, on the side here. That piece, probably going to end up gluing these pieces in because I wasn't having issues with this falling off, but once it fell out, it keeps falling out now. Same thing with the kind of, what do you want to call this piece? Whatever you would call this whole thing here. You got the transparent blue here, and on the knees. This guy has a ton of articulation. You can see like the digitigrade legs. More of that transparent blue here. I think I already pointed it out on the shoulders, but I might not have pointed it out on the side here. That gold, I love the gold paint. So there is a kind of a range of different golds on this guy. Now I'm not quite sure what happened during the like while it was sitting, but you can kind of tell that this gold is different than this gold, but they were painted with the same spray. So I'm not quite sure why this gold changed. But I did paint that as well, but you can see this one kind of looks like a tarnished, the front part of it is kind of like a tarnished gold. I like the contrast. Like I like the way that looks. I love that just over time it's sitting in the box, it kind of became its own kind of character. It gave itself its own kind of character, I guess. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I like the difference in the golds. I think that looks really cool to me. Now, it doesn't look different when you compare it to like the shoulders or everything else, but for some reason, this top part here, you can tell there, this chest piece and this back piece are not the same color. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. And I think it's actually now that I think about it, and now that I look at it, it's just this top part. It's not the front part. So for some reason, that top part became more of like an orange-ish gold. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. But yeah, you get this guy. And he has a ton of articulation. We'll go over his articulation in a little bit. But I love how they have the contrast of the gold painted to black here. You got lots and lots of sculpted detail on here. The kind of like wings that kind of go here. The claws, the gold claws on the hands. Everything is really sturdy on this guy too. Nothing is super loose. Nothing is super duper tight. Like it flows like an actual action figure. A lot better than probably any other model kit that I've put together in the past, like probably year or two. Yeah, it just works really, really nicely. I love the way that they are. I love the joints in here. They're tight, they're sturdy, they hold this guy up. He has a little weight to him. He's not super heavy. Obviously, he's a model kit, but he has a lot of sculpted detail in him. A ton of sculpted detail. You can see in the head. You can see like the wings, or I guess you can call those wings, or these ear wings or whatever. Sculpted detail there with this mask. You can even see it in the ears right here. Nicely sculpted detail. This little hangy piece here, nicely detailed. everything. Obviously these are mirror images of each other, so they all look exactly the same. And I mean, it just comes together very, very nicely. I didn't have any issues with really anything breaking. I had a couple of things break on me, but it was more my fault than the actual kit itself. I was just being way too rough with some pieces. I was able to fix it, but you know, that you can't run into that when you are putting together model kits. You're going to run into little areas where you might be a little too rough with something and you snap off a peg here and there. But I was able to super glue it. For instance, this piece right here on his head, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll zoom in, but this piece right here, this hinge right there, snapped on me when I was trying to attach these two pieces. I was able to glue the hinge back onto there, and it works really, really nicely now. Like, it's not falling off or anything. So, but yeah, even getting a closer look at the detail on this guy, this is crazy. Now, there was some painting that I did for other than just the armor here. Like this silver paint here is what I did. Same thing with a lot of the kind of other areas here. I did spray paint those as well. You can see his back calf right here is painted, but I did miss some because I didn't paint this one. So there were, I guess I don't know how I missed it, but there were some plastic pieces that for some reason I didn't paint. You can see I painted this one silver, but this one is the regular gray plastic that it came like. And same way with here on the back. Unfortunately, I missed painting those pieces too. Not quite sure how I missed it, but I did. Same thing here. You can see this one's silver painted and this one isn't. And you can even, these little ball joints here, like the two back pieces are obviously painted, but the front pieces are not painted. So I don't know what I was doing here back here with these like claws, or not claws, but pointy bits, knives or whatever in the back. You can see this is painted, this is painted, this side isn't. So I was kind of all over the place with the paint, but you can see even in here I got some paint in there, but I missed the stomach area. I missed this part of the stomach, but I got the sides. I even got this part of the stomach, but missed some of the top part here. I don't know what I was really thinking. But here is the face also up close. The jaw does open. I'll show you that later in articulation, but you can see that gold paint. Like if I did some lining on it, this thing would be crazy. We'll see. I might do some lining on it, we'll see. But yeah, this guy looks really, really good. Now with this guy, he does come with an alternate version for his armor bits. So he does come with a whole new set of just clear plastic pieces. All these blue pieces you do have to take off to put onto that. So I'll show you that. I'll show you him in his clear part, in his clear armor right now. And here is the Anubis mecha in the clear armor. So it has all the same functionality as the gold version, obviously. So it's just all the parts, at least all the armor parts, are clear. There was one part that I didn't want to get, I didn't change, which was this gold like piston part here. It was just too much to take apart to get that part to be clear, just to kind of show off this version of Anubis. So, and plus you don't see it. You don't really see, you don't even see it from the side anywhere. You actually have to go in and purposely look for that part. So I don't even know why they bothered making that part clear, because at no point can you see it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to show off this version. This is an option if you want to go with clear. I don't know why anybody would go with the clear. I think the gold is drastically better than this clear version, but I did want to show it off because it is an option. And even the weapon handles are clear too. So I would say this version was good if there was a light up feature that was part of the mech, but there is no light up feature for this. So they just gave you this just because. But I mean, this is an option, so you know, yeah, options are good, I guess. But it is a whole nother like taking off panels and putting stuff back together. So you do run the risk of breaking pegs and stuff like that, taking off the armor. So you do have to be really careful with pulling stuff apart, because if you build him with just the gold, you know, you could easily break these as you peel the parts apart, because like this chest armor here just kind of plugs in like this, and although they're decently thick pegs, they're not perfect. I mean, if you even rattle them a little bit, this is still a model kit at the end of the day. So this plastic is very easy to break, it's very brittle. So You just got to be careful taking that stuff off. So I would advise, if you're going to make a version, decide ahead of time before you put it all together. You either need to decide whether you want the gold version or you want this clear version, because you don't want to break anything. Luckily, I didn't break anything while switching from the gold to this clear, just to show it for the review. But you know, if I got heavy hands too, so it's easy for me to break these pegs. So I just got lucky. But I would advise making that decision prior to you putting this guy together, because you're pretty much probably going to stick with that version. You're not going to bother switching back and forth. But obviously, because I am a reviewer, I have to do this. But anyway, let's get back to the initial review. All right, so yeah, that is really cool. I love that. I like the way that clear armor looks. Obviously, I'm not going to pose him. I'm not going to display him that way. I do prefer the gold, but you know, options are good. Options are really, really good. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that these two figures come with. Okay, so here are the accessories for Gluttony. So she does come with her staff, which obviously is also you have to put together. So saying come with it is kind of not quite the way to put it, but she does have that clear transparent blue in here. Also, you can see some of the bits that I painted and didn't paint here, like the kind of the snake head is painted, but like the fangs are not painted. But see, I like that. I like the difference in the gold colors there. I like the way that that looks. Obviously, this was painted. Then this is metal. This rod, this staff, the handle part of it is all metal, so that came with it. But I love that. Got the transparent eyes here, the transparent blue like snake fins or whatever you want to call that. She does come with an array of hands here as well. We got pointing hands, open hands, resting hands, weapon holding hands. She comes with, as you can see, 5 faces, 6 technically with the face that's on her now. So we kind of got a smiling face, a yelling face, kind of another kind of mouth closed smiling face, and then you get 2 blank faces. And I'll show you, she does come with a water decal. That's what I meant earlier, water decal sticker sheet. She comes with, or you have to put this together, but this is a back piece, kind of like a back skirt piece, and I'll show you that on her a little bit later. But this piece does go on her like back, her. It's kind of like an extension of like her skirt armor, I guess. But that looks really, really cool. That's the same. You can see the difference in the gold here as well. So this actually goes like this. These pieces are supposed to be down like this. I had them up for a certain pose that I have, but this is actually how it's supposed to look. And you can see the difference between the 2 golds here. So that I think looks really cool. This is what the gold plastic looked like originally, at least for the joints. The joints were a little bit different, gold color, but yeah, that looks really cool. And obviously this has some articulation. It's got hinge joints everywhere, so you can utilize that if you need to. But that's pretty much all the articulation that it has, just these hinge joints here. So there's that. Oh, and this hinge joint here as well. So this kind of moves back and forth too. Then we kind of have like the Anubis eye or something. I'm not quite sure what this is, but this also pegs into her back. So she does wear this. This is part of her armor, maybe part of whatever magic that she does, but this kind of looks like a cat's eye. And that looks really cool with the transparent blue as well as here, which you can see the differences in the gold here too, which is crazy. This went through quite the transition. Like you can kind of see some, I like to call it like tarnishing, like it's kind of wearing or something, but I didn't paint it like that. It just kind of ended up like that. So I don't know what happened to the paint over time when it was sitting in my closet, but I like this thing. This thing looks really cool. So these are the accessories that she has. And then Anubis comes with like these sword slash scythe kind of weapon things, which is really cool. He also came with a clear version of these, like the handles are clear. I'm pretty sure I showed you that in the when I showed off him in his clear armor. But yeah, he comes with these weapons. These are really, really cool. Now you can see one is painted to silver and the other one is just the dark gray plastic that it came with in the box. So there's the contrast there if you really wanted to see the difference. I would have liked to have painted both of these this color, but hey, there's some variation in color there. So I am not really all that upset about it, but he comes with that, and that is it for accessories. My bad. There was one more accessory that I don't know how I forgot this one because it is the biggest accessory. She comes with her throne. And this thing is absolutely awesome. This is one of the biggest reasons why I love this set so much. So this throne is has all kind of sculpted detail on it. As you can see, it looks so good. Just imagine panel lining this thing and just bringing out a lot of this sculpted detail in here. I mean, it is just so freaking cool. And this is the reason why she keeps getting gold on her butt, because this was painted gold. I even get it on my hand still. But this is supposed to be a pillow. It does come in clear too. I could put just the clear one down. That's probably what I'll do. I'll put the clear one on here because that gold paint is getting on her butt. But yeah, this thing is awesome. I freaking love this. It's got a good weight to it. Now, what also makes this thing really cool is it lights up. So this is a part of the kit. You do have to put this together, but it takes AA batteries. I freaking love that. Now, this whole mechanism of you have to wire it, you have to do everything to get this to work. But once you do, and the directions are really, really good at getting this to work. Once you get it wired up and everything, it works so nicely. So you have a button here and you hold down the button and bam, the first light up is blue. So you can see it around the back. Also, you can see it up here. So you got the first light up there. You hit the button again and it turns it green. Now these all stay blue, unfortunately. I wish they would change with it, but they don't, they stay blue. But the lights in the actual seat and everything, they turn green. And then the last color is red. So you get all of this going on as well. I freaking love this thing. It is so cool. And she sits in it really nicely. You'll see at the end how I'm gonna have her pose, how I got her sitting in it. But yeah, this thing, I love this chair. And then those are all the colors. Then you can just cycle through them again and just press and hold to turn it off. And that is it. But yeah, this is her throne. It is very, very nicely done. It's all painted too. Like this is all painted plastic. So I believe this is painted. This doesn't look like, it looks like it's painted to me. So I love that. I absolutely love that. This is one of the biggest reasons why this is my favorite model kit I think I've ever put together. But anyway, back to it. Okay, so for articulation, we're gonna go ahead and start with Gluttony here. She can look up that much, down that much. She does have a joint in the neck and the head there, so she gets all the proper posting she needs. Looking up is really not hindered by a hair at all. See, it's not touching, so just by how the joint works. But I think she looks up enough. I think that's enough for her. As far as the shoulders are concerned, you gotta watch out for these pieces because they do get in the way. But technically, she can get right there, like about parallel, maybe a little bit less. Obviously, can't go all the way around. She has a bicep swivel here. No, actually, it's built into this kind of bicep armor here. So she does have the bicep swivel there. Really good double jointed elbow, ball hinge wrist. Obviously, as far as the diaphragm here, she can go back that far, forward that far. She does get plenty of side to side just using this joint here. Then when you get to the waist joint, and you do get twisting here as well, there's twisting there as well. The waist joint, when you use that, she can go forward a little bit more, probably backwards a tad bit more there too. These pieces are on hinges, so these can hinge up and down, as well as this piece right here, so that can move out the way. As far as the splits, put these pieces up, see how far splits you can get. Yeah, she can get about that far. I think that's plenty for her. As far as thigh swivel is built into this kind of thigh ring here. She can kick really far up, straight, backwards. She does have the cheeks, but she can kick back a little bit. As far as the knee, you get a double jointed knee that is covered by an armor piece. I love that, so you don't have to worry about looking at the joint. And as far as the ankles are concerned, she has a hinge, ball hinge for ankles that can go up that far, down that far, and obviously you can twist that around and get you an ankle rocker. And no toe hinge or anything like that. So she has pretty standard articulation. It's pretty good for a model kit, especially. The joints are not too tight. They're pretty sturdy. They can hold her up very, very nicely. She doesn't fall over very much. Even though she has these heels, they do sustain her. She doesn't have issues standing. So it's a really good model kit for her. Then for Anubis, this guy has a ton of articulation all over the place. So as far as the head, the neck has a hinge. It's on a ball joint here at the base, and that neck can move all around. It can go down about that much, looking up. It's like that. And this neck is really like you can see it's on the ball joint right there. So This neck really poses really well. And then there is another ball joint in the top of the head here, which allows the, whoops, did not mean to show that off quite yet. Can I get this back on? This is a mask. Oops. Anyway, so you can reveal his like demon face, I guess you can call it. I probably should have showed this off earlier, but you do have that under it. You can see that I painted it and I didn't paint the eyes or anything like that. But you can't take the mask off and show like his kind of, I don't know, robotic demon face, or unmasked face, I guess you can call it. But this does slide on a lot easier than I am showing off. Here we go. But this is on the hinge, so it does twist, so you can twist the head all the way around like so. Looking up, it does have a hinge also built into the neck here to give it some extra play on the looking up. So when you attach it, he can really howl at the moon like crazy. This piece also is on hinges. I showed this earlier. So these pieces are on hinges and can kind of move up and down like that. But yeah, you can really get him howling at the moon, and his mouth does open. So you can get, oh, I have his head on backwards. I just realized I put his damn head on backwards. He can howl at the moon with his head on backwards. This mask is gonna drive me freaking crazy. That is my bad. Let's turn this, let's get this head turned around, because that is not how that's supposed to work. Anyway, there we go. But yeah, he can still howl at the moon. But you can see that mouth opens really, really wide. So that is cool. These pieces do move on the side here. They don't move that much. I don't recommend moving them that much because they're just in on the peg, and if you move them too much, they will probably fall out. Let's see if we can get him standing. Come on. That's what I'm saying. This guy has all kind of articulation. Okay, so see if I can get this mask back on. I don't know why that mask was giving me such a headache, but yeah, the head, you can do a whole lot with the head. Shoulder pads are on hinges, so they can come in and out like that. They can kind of back and forth. They can go up and down. So they are on a hinge, so we need to get the shoulders up. This piece also moves up and down, so you can kind of get that out the way. So as far as the shoulder, you can get past parallel. That's really good. Obviously, he can turn all the way around, like so. Does have a bicep swivel here. We have a single jointed elbow, but it's way over 90, so that's really, really good. As far as the hands are concerned, it is just on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly waggly, it can spin around. These hands, these fingers are all hinge joints, so there's a hinge joint there, a hinge joint in the middle, and a hinge joint at the base. Same with the thumb, hinge joint in the middle. Actually a double ball peg in the thumb there, so from the base of the thumb to into the hand, that's a double ball peg. But yeah, this thing can get all kind of articulation out of that hand, so you can make somewhat of a proper fist. It's not the best fist in the world, but you can get there. It's not too bad. So those are all these fingers are individually articulated. That goes for both fingers, or both hands I should say. As far as the torso is concerned, you can twist, you can lean a bit forward. Well, I take that back, he can lean a lot forward. That's not using the joint though, but just using the joint, he can only move forward that much, backwards that much. Did knock the camera a little bit, sorry about that. You can't act like you saw me earlier. You can't just use the hip joints. They can operate independently, and he can like bow if you need him to. So that is a thing that can happen. So let's get him back from bowing there. Got pieces falling off. I thought I super glued that. This piece, when I was switching out the clear armor, I did have a piece break on me. I will plug that back in later, but it goes right there. And this does hinge up and down like so. You don't get a whole lot of room because of the tail, but tail hinges up and down. There's no side to side or anything, doesn't spin, but it is a hinge here and a hinge there, so it can move here and it can move at the base. And you can see these like wires move in and out as you move the tail, so that's pretty cool. Did have a piece pop off on me here also. See if I can get that back on camera without wasting too much time. Doesn't look like it. I'll be right back. All right, so as far as this piece that had fallen off, this can hinge up and down like so, and so can this piece, can move. It's like a hinge up and down. I did miss a couple of pieces on the arms. These kind of blades here on his elbows, these can move up and down as well. So there's some movement there, as well as this piece here on the abs is on a hinge. Now, I thought when I initially put this together, I could swear there were going to be some pieces that went into these holes, but no, on the box art, it shows that these holes are empty. There's nothing here blocking this. I don't know why he doesn't have any like ab armor here, but I thought there was going to be some kind of armor bits that connected here. I feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity there. To kind of just this thing up a little bit more, put some armor right there. It just seems like this just bare gray plastic here. I feel like I might just spray paint this part gold, just to kind of have a little bit more gold here happening in the center of his body, because it's like gold here, gold there, and then just black, just gray plastic there. So I thought that was kind of weird. Anyway, as far as the legs are concerned, they are on like these kind of like ball hinge joints, so he can kick up like really good. Obviously he has the jittergrade legs, so he can kick back without falling off. Let's try it again. Can kick back, move this piece out the way a little bit, about that far before obviously his legs come off. And there are some hinges here, I believe. Let me see. No, this piece only goes back. All these pieces, I need to super glue these, because this is gonna drive me crazy. This little knives keep coming out. So this does just go back. This knee here just goes back like so, and forward that much. That's as far forward as you can get it. This piece is also on the hinge, so this can go back and forth like that as well. And then you got this elbow armor, or not elbow, knee armor here that can hinge up and down. Now this is looser than I would like it to be, but yeah, I don't know why this has become so loose so fast. Not a big deal for me, because most of the time I'll have these sticking out anyway. But yeah, that's really loosey goosey right there on my copy. I'm not sure why. Anyway, as far as the, tell you, these model kits, man, you can't handle them too much because the shit just starts popping off. As far as the ankles, you do have a rotation here a little bit here in this ankle armor, and then it's just on the ball peg here, so forward that much, down that much, and obviously you do get a bit of an ankle rocker there. And then the toes are also individually articulated. They got hinge joints there at the bases, so these can move like so. Can't get those down and back up. That's really it for the toe articulation there. But yeah, this guy has all kinds of articulation all over the place. I believe I covered all of it. I think and believe. Yeah, these pieces are getting super glued. But anyway, that is it for Anubis. And let's go ahead and do some comparisons real quick with just the, I might throw some figures in there, but this is mostly going to be model kits. All right, so here she is next to some other model kit girlies that I have put together over the years. I've only done reviews on these two so far, but these are ones that I did a long time ago. They have been painted. They were sitting on my shelf for a while, so they're dusty and kind of orange. Like this one's kind of yellowing in the white here, but a lot of these were painted, like some of them were hand painted, some of them were Gundam marker painted, some of them were spray painted and Gundam marker. You can see like the lining and stuff in this one, all done with like Gundam markers and stuff like that. But yeah, I used to do a lot of painting. Like I almost painted every single one of them, and it just became kind of an issue when putting it together. So I kind of stopped doing it. But yeah, I don't know the names of these two here. Obviously, this is the Macross Delta VB6 Koenig Monster model kit that I did a review on recently. So that's the little cat girl that was part of that model kit. But yeah, here she is next to these girls. Now most of the model kits that I do are 1/6 scale. She was 1/10. I think these two, which are supposed to be part of kind of the same thing, I think these are maybe 1/9 scale, I want to say. These two might be a little bit taller than 1/6 scale. But yeah, that's what she looks like with these three. All right, and here she is next to some other model kit girlies that I put together. Now, I will say this. A lot of these model kit girlies have fallen and are in pieces. Like the previous ones I showed you, they've fallen off the shelves and pieces have blasted everywhere, and I can't find some of them. So some might look a little weird. Like for instance, this Wonder Woman is missing a bunch of hair pieces, and I don't know where they fell. So, but yep, that's what she looks like with these. Obviously another, I think 1/6 scale type of thing going on here. So she is taller than them. But yeah, these are all the model kit girlies that I have put together so far. Okay, and then finally for Gluttony, here she is next to some other girlies, some actual figures. We have her next to the Figma Motoko Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. We have the Buzz Mod Mitsuri the Love for Shira. This is actually a model kit, so I forgot to show her any other model kit girlies, but this is coming up for review next. So this is the 1/12 scale Hell Knight Seal. So this is a review coming up, and then we have her next to the SH Figure Arts Nami. So yeah, but that is it for comparisons for Gluttony. All right, and so comparisons to the Anubis mech, we got some other mechs. This is the Macross mech from the cat girl from earlier. So this is the thing that she rides. If you saw the video or the review for this, you know how this works. And then we have the Mecha Godzilla model kit that I also painted and detailed and stickered up. I have the decals and everything on this guy. So this guy is super duper detailed. But yeah, that's what he looks like with these guys. Also, just to let you know, if anybody wants me to review those other model kits, those old model kits that I showed earlier with Gluttony, then just let me know in the comments and I can review those as well. But anyway, same thing with the ones that I showed here. This Mecha Godzilla is one of the few model kits that has not fallen and still has all his pieces, so that's cool. Anyway, that's what he looks like with these guys. And then here is Anubis next to a Master Grade Gundam. Forget what this one is. And then Big O. So this is what he looks like with him. Again, Big O missing a bunch of pieces. Like, it looks fine, like for the most part, proportionate, but there's a whole area up here that doesn't exist anymore because I can't find the pieces. But yep, that's what he looks like with some other model kit mechs that I have put together over the years. And then finally, here he is with some Transformers. We got the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus and the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And that is it for comparisons. Let's go ahead and wrap things up. All right, so to wrap things up, yeah, this thing is incredible. I think this is probably the best model kit that I have put together, period. It comes with so much stuff. It's easy to build. There was really no issues really for the most part when putting this thing together. It looks so good. Like I said before, I love the contrast of the different golds. And it probably was because I had painted this a while ago when this kit came out, and maybe the paint seeped into the plastic and changed some of the way that the gold looked. I don't really remember because I didn't get to paint everything that I wanted to. So I just love the contrast. You can even see it. I think I showed this earlier. You can see like the difference of the two golds there. Those are both painted, but for some reason it kind of tarnished a little bit. So I just love it. The contrast of the type of gold that I painted on the Anubis mecha compared to the gold that came already painted on this throne. This was already painted. I'm pretty sure this is painted. Like I said, I think this was already painted and it looks fantastic. The contrast of the regular plastic gold that she has on, because I didn't paint any of her armor bits. I love it. The way that she can sit on the throne like this. This is obviously how I'm going to have her displayed if I do display her. Obviously, it's a large kit. It's going to take up a lot of room, but man, she looks so good sitting on this throne. How I have her posed, I just love the way this looks. Then the Anubis mecha. I mean, the articulation is incredible. The fingertips, everything holds together really, really well. Like, I have no issues with it. The fingers, everything, there's no looseness. There's nothing that's way too tight. Being able to swap out the clear parts for the armor for the Anubis mech is so cool. Like, if that's something that you're into, like, that would look so dope on if you have like a backlight or something to shine through all that clear plastic. Obviously, I like the gold. I put in the work to paint this, so this is how I'm going to have it displayed. But the fact that they give you the options for the clear parts, I think is so cool. Unfortunately, obviously, this is a really old kit, and I don't think this is really available anymore unless you go to the aftermarket for people that maybe have not put this together. I didn't notice, but I am missing a piece right here. I don't know where that piece went. Yeah, I don't know. I just noticed that piece is missing there for some reason. I'll have to look around. I threw all the runners away, so I might have forgotten that piece on something. Anyway, I'm talking out the side of my face right now. I am a little tired, but no, this is a fantastic kit. I love this thing. Easily the best model kit that I've put together so far. But anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.